Yeah, it is rolling. I see. Okay. Slate 2. Have you ever had anybody say to you, there's no money to be made in the music industry? Maybe they said something along these lines. I'm so happy that you're doing music, man. What are you gonna do for a real job? Now, I've been told this by many people, and they all mean well. But it's 2024 right now, and it is very possible for you to make money and a career in the music industry. It may not be the millions that you thought of when you were a kid, or maybe that you're thinking of right now, but it's very possible for you to pay your bills, pay your rent, and even have a little extra by doing music full time. I'm going to be sharing my experience working as a freelance engineer, producer, and musician, and the challenges that I face on a day-to-day basis in the music industry. So before we get into the video, let me just introduce myself. My name is Kevin, and I've been working in the music industry for over a decade now. I've worked as an audio engineer and producer, as a musician, and more recently as an educator. My hope and my goal for this channel is to provide information from my personal journey that will be able to help you guys, because when I was starting out, this type of content wasn't around, and I had nobody to look to for advice when first starting out in the music industry, or even maybe going to school for music. So my hope is that we can use my experiences to help you guys out. And without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so let's talk about the first thing here. I know that you're an artist. I know that you love music and this is your passion. However, you're gonna need to throw that out the window immediately, because you are actually a business. So what does that actually mean? What does it mean to be a business? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm gonna tell you right now. Let's say you were to work at Target or any type of retail store. When you receive your check, there's already a percentage of money that has been given to the government. That's called income tax. And all W-2 employees have their taxes taken out before they receive their paycheck. Unlike the Target employee who has their income tax already taken out from their paycheck, us as freelancers, it's our responsibility to declare how much money we've made and report it to the government so that we can pay for it. What I recommend to do is save about 25% of all the income that you've made, whether it be through Zelle, cash, or any type of online payment, so that you can go ahead and pay your income taxes and not get audited at the end of the year. Another reason why you're your own business is because you are responsible for your marketing, your own image, your own brand, getting clients, and everything just like that. So let's go back to that Target example. If you are an employee of Target, you don't have to worry about posting on social media that there's a sale. The CEOs and marketing department of Target already does that for you. All you have to do is worry about doing your specific job there. As a freelance audio engineer or producer, it's now your job to post on social media. It's now your job to try to get new clients and keep your old clients happy. Even if you are working at a commercial recording studio and they're booking some clients in-house, that's not gonna sustain you forever. So it's best that you get in the habit of finding your own clients, posting more consistently, and marketing yourself and building your own brand. Another aspect of running yourself as a business is actually setting your own rates. Now, speaking from experience, this is probably the most difficult thing that you have to do, especially starting out. Because when you're starting out, you're gonna be recording your friends or your family, and it's gonna be extremely difficult to ask for a paycheck at the end of your work. However, you need to realize that time is money, and in order to make your passion into a viable source of income, you're gonna have to start charging. I'm not saying for you to charge a full rate, you can charge a family discount, but just get into the habit of charging something. Limit the amount of work that you do for free. Time management. This is an extremely difficult one for me, especially because I came from a world where I was working for people always and there was a set schedule. And because of my personality type, it is very difficult for me to time manage things. But since, again, you're your own business, now you have to learn how to manage your time. Nobody is gonna be on top of you for making your own schedule, for getting back to your clients on time, or even waking up at a reasonable time and getting everything that you need to get done on time. When you're your own business, you also have to manage your own time. And that goes into procrastination. I believe that a lot of us musicians are heavy procrastinators, myself included. When you're managing your own schedule, you don't have time for that. If there's a deadline and the artist needs their mix by X, Y, and Z, it is your responsibility to get it done by that time. If you miss that deadline, there goes your client. You are going to need multiple sources of income, at least when you're first starting out. About 90% of you will be the type of people that will dip your feet into multiple things in audio and outside of audio in order to stay afloat. And that's totally okay. So while you're building your list of clients, here are a couple of music gigs that may work for you that can help generate some income. Gig number one would be a live sound gig. So that could be at local venues, maybe a local house of worship that pays you for your time, or maybe a school that's throwing an event or something like that. That would really help you and also build your chops in the recording and mixing stuff. Gig number two would be any type of podcast editing, post-production work, maybe recording an audiobook for somebody, and that you can all do from the comfort of your own home. I've seen on LinkedIn or Indeed a whole bunch of just temporary positions where all they need to do is send you some WAV files and you would edit it up, send it back out, and you get your paycheck. Gig number three is, we're just gonna leave it real broad. We're gonna leave it as education. Now, depending on the level of higher education that you received, you can probably have a little bit more wiggle room. For example, if you have a bachelor's degree or you have a master's degree, it would probably be a little bit easier for you to start teaching or adjuncting at a local university or community college. If not, no worries at all. You can still do private lessons out of your own home, or there are also places like School of Rock or local institutions that offer instrumental lessons or audio lessons. Now people are getting lessons for being a DJ, how to produce music, audio engineering. So the sphere of curriculums in music has really broadened a lot. All right, topic number 4, which is the final topic, is pretty broad, but I think it's the most important thing in this video, is to please don't get discouraged. What do I mean by that? So, story time with Kevin. Part of my journey was when I went to school, I actually got hired for a band, and it was really great at first, but over time it just started to burn me out. And I really got a bad taste in my mouth for performing and doing anything music related, so I left back home. When that happened, I saw people that were going to school with me on stages playing with some of the biggest artists, or some of them becoming the biggest artists themselves. And that made me super discouraged because I was working a 9-to-5 job that I didn't like, but I was making enough money to survive. It wasn't until about 5 or 6 years later that I decided to actually go all in on this music thing. And it hasn't been an easy journey since then. It's taken me a while to get clients. It's taken me a while to get my feet planted, but it's the most fulfilled that I've been in a long time. With that being said, please don't get discouraged when you're building clients. Don't get discouraged when you're looking at your bank account sometimes and it's looking a little thin because you're waiting for people to pay you or you're just trying to generate some income. Take your time, don't get discouraged, and most importantly, please don't give up because it does take time, and I know that you can do it just in the same way that I have. Also, if you have any musician friends and maybe you don't like a gig that you're doing, or you feel like they would be great with a client that you're already working with, put them on. You know, this is a sphere of the music industry that we all help each other out with. It's not a dog-eat-dog world. Unfortunately, some people do take it like that, but within your circle of friends, try to help them out as well. So to sum up everything, here are the 4 challenges that you will most likely face when you're first starting out as a freelancer in this industry. Number 1, you are your own business, which means you're responsible for your marketing, you're responsible for setting your rates, and for getting all of your clients. Number 2, time management. Make sure that you're scheduling things correctly and that you're doing things just as if you were hired by a company. 3, having multiple sources of income. Don't just stick to one thing, broaden your horizons. And number 4, and most importantly, don't get discouraged. I know how difficult it can be in this industry that's so cutthroat, but don't let that discourage you from doing what you love. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was informative. If you like this type of content and want to see more, please feel free to like and subscribe. And if there's anything that I didn't cover in this video that you want to see more of, leave a comment in the comment section below and maybe I'll make a video about that next time. But until then, thank you so much and have a great rest of your day. See ya.